Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. I'm Nika and I make book related videos, and as you can see today I'm going to be sharing with you all of my February reads. So you might have noticed this change in space. That is because I am back home for the time being. I was actually unwell and I had to stay in the hospital for some time, so I've come back home to recuperate. And as such, I'm getting more time on my hands, and so I have decided to dedicate myself to more reading. Again, you will see that these books that I've set for my February TBR, it's a really ambitious TBR this time, but you know what, I'm going to read as much as I can. If I end up reading all of these books, it's well and good. If I don't, there are other months in the year where I can get to them. Again, all of these books are books that I already own. So, you know, one of my challenges or goals this year was to read more of books that I own and to thus reduce my physical TBR. So I hope I get to that. And yeah, without further ado, let me show you the books. Alright, so February is Black History Month, so I'm going to try and read books by Black authors from my shelves, and I have a whole pile here. So without further ado, let me dive right in. I have this whole pile here that I want to share with you all today. Alright, so the first book I have here is The Underground Railroad by Colson Whitehead. Now this book is about the Underground Railroad, the whole migration that happened in Americas, and I'm going to share the synopsis with you all. Cora is a slave on a cotton plantation in Georgia, which is basically in the south. An existence made even more hellish by her status as an outcast among her fellow Africans, and she is approaching womanhood where greater pain and danger awaits. So when Caesar, a slave recently arrived from Virginia, tells her about the Underground Railroad, Cora takes the momentous decision to accompany him on his escape to the north. In this razor-sharp novel, the Underground Railroad has assumed a physical form, a dilapidated boxcar pulled by a steam locomotive, picking up fugitives wherever it can. Thus begins Cora's perilous journey as she is pursued by a ruthless slave catcher named Ridgway, obsessed both with Cora and her mother, who eluded him years before. The Underground Railroad is the story of one woman's ferocious will to escape the horrors of bondage, and a shattering, powerful meditation on history and the unfulfilled promises of the present day. So yeah, I think I also have the the audiobook on Everend, I think, and if that is the case, I will happily read both alongside at the same time. Then I also decided to read something that's kind of veering towards the romance, and that is Giovanni's Room by James Baldwin. Here's the synopsis. When David meets a sensual Giovanni in a bohemian bar, he is swept into a passionate love affair, but his girlfriend's return to Paris destroys everything. Unable to admit to the truth, David pretends the liaison never happened while Giovanni's life descends into tragedy. So this is quite a short read as well, so I think I'll be able to get to it very soon, and it is such a modern classic. I've read about it so much that I decided it's time. Moving on, I have another kind of classic here, and that is The Color Purple by Alice Walker. I think it's a shame that I haven't read it even until now, you know, and this is actually a book that I thrifted, and that's why I don't have the cover. It's a nice blue hardcover, and yeah, I am excited to read this book. I do know that these books have heavy themes, of course, because we have slavery, which is a major theme, I think, in all of these books, racism and all of that. So it might be a heavy reading overall throughout the month, and so if I need any palate cleanses and all, I'll pick up some short novellas, romance novellas and such, but I haven't decided on those. That will happen in the moment when I feel like I need something light. Moving on, I also have a fantasy book, and it is Black Leopard, Red Wolf by Marlon James. I got this book ages ago and I still haven't read it. I think it came out in, let me check, 2019, and it's 2024 now. So I think it's time I pick it up. It's a trilogy. The second book is also out. I'm not sure about the third though. I don't think that one is out. But let me give you a synopsis. Again, this is a fantasy book, so I have very high hopes for this. It's quite big as well. I did mention in the beginning that my February TBR is quite ambitious. But yeah, let me share the synopsis. Volume 1 of the Dark Star Trilogy. Tracker is a hunter known throughout the 13 kingdoms as one who has a nose, and he always works alone. But he breaks his own rule when, hired to find a lost child, he finds himself part of a group of hunters all searching for the same boy. Each of these companions is stranger and more dangerous than the last, from a giant to a witch to a shape-shifting leopard, and each has secrets of their own. As a mismatched gang follow the boy's scent, from perfumed citadels to infested rivers to the enchanted darklands and beyond, set upon at every turn by creatures intent on destroying them, Tracker starts to wonder, who is this mysterious boy? Why do so many people want to stop him from being found? And most of all, who is telling the truth and who is lying? Drawing from African history and mythology and his own rich imagination, Marlon James weaves a tapestry of breathtaking adventure through a world at once ancient and startlingly modern. And against this exhilarating backdrop of magic and violence, he explores the fundamentals of truth, the limits of power, the excesses of ambition, and our need to understand them all. It has also been blurbed by Neil Gaiman, so really excited to read it. If I like it, I'll obviously get the second book soon. Then I think I have 2 contemporary novels. The first one is The Mothers by Brit Bennett. I've read The Vanishing Half, which I thought was a brilliant book, so I'm excited to read this one. It begins with a secret. It is the last season of high school life for Nadia Turner, a rebellious, grief-stricken 17-year-old beauty. Mourning her mother's recent death, she takes up with the local pastor's 20-year-old son, Luke. They are young, it's not serious, but the secret that results from this teen romance and the subsequent cover-up will have an impact that goes far beyond their youth. As Nadia hides the truth from everyone, including Aubrey, her best friend, the years move quickly. Soon, Nadia, Luke, and Aubrey are full-fledged adults, still shadowed by the choices they have made in their youth, and by the constant nagging question, what if they had chosen differently? The possibilities of the road not taken are a relentless haunt. An urgent and provocative debut from an important new voice, The Mothers is a book about community and ambition, love and friendship, and living up to expectation in contemporary Black America. So that's that. And then the last book that I've decided to read for the Black History Month is Homegoing by Yagyasi. Effia and Essie, 2 sisters with 2 very different destinies. One sold into slavery, one a slave trader's wife. The consequences of their fate reverberate through the generations that follow, from the Gold Coast of Africa to the plantations of Mississippi, from the missionary schools of Ghana to the dive bars of Harlem. Spanning continents and generations, Yagyasi has written a miraculous novel, an intense, heartbreaking story of one family, and through their lives, the story of America itself. So I'm really interested in reading this one because even though it's multi-generation, it's quite short. So I want to see how the author has done it. And I've heard only good things about this book so far. So yeah, those were all the 6 books that I've decided to read for the Black History Month. Apart from that, I have one more book that I really want to get to this month, and that is Babel by R.F. Kuang. Again, I have 2 big books this month, so let's see. An act of translation is always an act of betrayal. Oxford, 1836. The city of dreaming spires. It is the center of all knowledge and progress in the world, and at its heart is Babel, Oxford University's prestigious Royal Institute of Translation, the tower from which all the power of the empire flows. Orphaned in Canton and brought to England by a mysterious guardian, Robin Swift thought Babel was paradise, until it became a prison. But can a student stand against an empire? So this has, of course, a lot of elements of colonialism and translation, the act of translation, everything. So yeah, really excited for these. So these are all the 7 books I have set as my TBR for February. I have very high hopes for all of them, and I hope you enjoy. If you've read any of these books and enjoyed or not enjoyed, whatever, let me know in the comments below. I am hoping I'll enjoy all of these books and I have a good time with them. I want to say thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you all very soon. Until then, don't forget to click on the thumbs up icon and subscribe if you haven't already. I have exciting plans YouTube video plans for this month, so hopefully I'll execute them soon, and you'll get to see many more videos. So yeah, thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.